I'm Peter Dodge. I founded Edge of the Woods 44 years ago, even longer than that.
I'm Justin Dodge. I've been running the business since I was a kid in some aspect or another, but more seriously in my late teens and early 20s, I really got very involved in the business.
So after about a year in New Haven, I found an old Hadassah building on Edgewood Avenue. That's how we got our name, Edge of the Woods. And for $200 and a handshake, we started a business. And about 4 or 5 years later, we bought the building. At that point, there had been another business in there with us. And we asked them to leave, which they did, and we expanded it. And at some point, I decided not to be involved anymore and open another business out in Branford. Initially, we started as a co-op, and so it was a non-for-profit co-op. And I was too entrepreneurial to work on the cooperative basis, so I opened another store. And then the co-op got in trouble, and they called me to see if I wanted to buy it, which I did. And about a year later, we moved it over here to Whalley Avenue, to the old Whalley Theater building. And this is where we are still today.
The co-op back in the day was founded by a bunch of people practicing a yogic ideal that was living a vegetarian lifestyle. So these people came together. My father was the president at the time, and even when he stepped away to open the new shop, he still remained the president of the co-op. He just wasn't involved in the day-to-day aspect of everything there. But we still practice that same yogic ideal, and we still meditate every day, and still practice a vegetarian lifestyle. So that's kind of how we got our roots in being a vegetarian health food store. We're actually the second largest vegetarian health food store in the country, and the largest this side of the Mississippi. So I remember coming into the shop as a kid, and I'd always come in at night because there was always a lot of projects. My father, he worked very hard to get this whole thing established. So I'd come in and he'd set me up, and back then barcodes and things were starting to come around, but they weren't really in full swing yet. So I remember having a price gun and putting a sticker on every single item and putting it up on the shelf, and riding my scooter around the store. I had a little Razor scooter that I'd take through the aisles. And it was kind of like a little bit of work, a little bit of play, but it was a nice environment to be in. My mother was upstairs in the office, often doing accounting and book work. And my father, he just was always involved in projects. He taught me a lot through the years on how to build things and how to run a business, how to do things yourself. It's just nice to be in a business where I could be with my family every day. Most times people grow up and they kind of go their own separate directions. And my father created something, and my mother, they both created something really nice here where I see my brother, my nephew, my nieces, we're all engaged and involved in different aspects. So it really is a pleasure to work here. And I think the staff would agree. I think we have very happy staff, a lot of which have been here for 25, 30 years. You know, I mean, there's people that have been here from the very start of Edge of the Woods. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have community. It's not just the health food store, it's a community center. You know, people come in, you know people here. You come in, you see friends. It's a loving environment. And you know, that's what I want to harbor in New Haven and grow.